Hello, I'm David Willett. We are going to be doing the sales presentation for my SPC 2065 class today. As you see here, I have 5 people. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to hand the camera off to Tiffany. All right, first off, I want to thank you guys for coming out here today. And as I told you guys before we started the presentation, that this past week I've been thinking long and hard what I wanted to do for a sales pitch. But instead of trying to sell you guys some kind of consumer product or whatever, I decided to go with a service. So I came up with the idea of using credit unions versus traditional banking. And so today I'm going to use VyStar as an example for the credit unions, and I'm going to use Bank of America as the example for the commercial banking, traditional banking. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, introduction. Credit unions are similar to traditional banking in the sense that they both offer checking and savings accounts. They both offer loans, CDs, credit cards, and other financial services. The big difference between the two is that credit unions are mainly local and they are not-for-profit institutions, while the larger chain banks are for-profit and located throughout the United States. By the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you why banking with credit unions is in your best interest instead of banking with traditional banks. Our objective today is we're going to discuss the pros and cons of credit unions, again, by using VyStar as an example. And we're going to discuss the pros and cons of traditional banking by using Bank of America as an example. We're going to conclude the presentation with making the right choice that suits everyone's needs, followed up by questions at the end. All right, first off, VyStar Credit Union. Some of the pros from VyStar Credit Union is that they pay higher interest rates on all deposit accounts, like checking, savings, and money market accounts, which is typically 4 to 10 times more than that of commercial banks. They offer lower loans and credit card rates for car loans, home loans, and personal loans compared to traditional banks. Most people get car loans and credit from credit unions because it is at least 2 to 3% cheaper than normal banking and much cheaper than dealer financing options. Lower fees is another great thing about credit unions. If you overdraft or bounce a check, you can get protection by automatically transferring from a line of credit or from your savings account into in commercial banking, it's $35 fee. They also offer no minimum balances on checking accounts and no monthly servicing charges that can save you money throughout the year, unlike traditional banks. Online banking is key to a growing bank, and it makes life a lot easier when you can simply transfer funds at the touch of a button over the internet. Now, some cons with VyStar is that, like most credit unions, they are local and it can be hard to find locations when traveling to other states and cities. Unless you bank with someone like Navy Federal Credit Union that has locations all throughout the world and in all 50 states. Fewer options compared to Bank of America. They offer 5 different types of checking accounts and 29 different types of credit cards and many different types of financing options, but of course at higher interest rates, irregardless of your credit standing. Now, some of the pros and cons of Bank of America is that Bank of America has locations throughout the United States. All 50 states has Bank of America. They also have locations in over 40 countries. Another pro is that they have 24-hour customer service, unlike credit unions. No matter the time of day or night, you can always contact Bank of America online or over the phone. Bank of America, again, has over 29 different types of credit cards and that have different reward programs. They have 5 different types of loan services and savings accounts. They also have easy online tools to use over the internet. Now, some of the cons of Bank of America is that it being a for-profit company, it likes to hike up interest rates on home loans, credit cards especially, personal loans, and pays out little interest on savings and retirement accounts. Again, for-profit, so banking with them, you'll have to keep a minimum balance and also pay service fees. In the end, it can cost you at least $100 throughout the year, if not more. Another bad thing that hit me personally is that Bank of America took bailout money from the federal government back in 2009 in excess of $45 billion in TARP assistance. They were investigated for misuse of bailout money and were forced to repay the money back to the government and were kicked out of the program. Since Bank of America is a large corporation, they don't have close relationships with customers like credit unions do with their members. They have more rigid standards, and they're less forgiving, and they are less personal. In conclusion, though both offer similar services, would you prefer to bank with someone that truly cares about your best interest, or someone who only cares about themselves? With low interest rates and affordable financing through ViStar Credit Union, why wouldn't you want to join? Make the change now and guarantee your financial future. Protect your money and watch it grow instead of paying maintenance fees and low returns on savings accounts and CDs. Come be a credit union member instead of just some customer at a traditional bank. I got my information from multiple websites, including moneycrashers.com, why credit unions are better than banks, the pros and cons and the differences, and also from iStockAnalysis.com and MSN Money. Does anyone have any questions for me? All right, well, thanks again for coming out today, and I appreciate you guys giving me your time.